A strong start. Jamali's just on his phone. Whole podcast, Jamali just plays Candy Crush.
Are we starting?
Yeah, just do a proper intro.
Nah, bruv, that's the intro.
That's
it. We just jump straight into it.
Yeah, calm. Welcome to Elliot and Jamali's breakfast show.
Breakfast show, live from the refugee hotel. That's what they got podcast studios in there.
Well, they give them sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're giving them podcast studios.
They're giving them fucking everything. They're giving them podcast studios now.
That's how we're starting, bro. We're talking about straight into the refugee hotel. There's one of them by where I live.
No shit.
And I went and tried. I tried to speak to them one time because I thought they're getting so many people attacking these people. You know. So I went over to try to speak with them. They did not speak a lick of English. Like I went over to try talk to them. I was like, "Salam, brother," and it was like, "Salam."
To be fair, if I was a refugee and you came along, I would feel like you had Meta sunglasses and you were trying to catch me out.
Oh, yeah. Like you thought I was coming over. Yeah. I think I was wearing a Stone Island jumper as well.
You're not the brand of guy that I would trust.
Yeah, this guy's going to learn about my history and my culture and why I've come here. No,
he wants a nice chat.
Yeah. I'm coming over to be, how much are they giving you a day, mate? What about the veterans?
Yeah. I remember I saw this one video, and it's a matter of perspective, yeah. Because I watched this one video, and the video was them, they start filming through the window, and they go, look, they got fucking PlayStation. But the guy had like a PS4. And when I saw it, I was like, man, they're living rough in that hotel, bro. They're living rough.
You know, like the noise of the fan of it is just drowning out.
They only got a PS4 in there. Nah, they're pissed.
No, man, but like, you know, just let them have a PS4. What? Just because you ain't got a PS4.
Yeah, but they do probably have a PS4. That's the thing.
Bruv, they're just, I bet they're playing some like proper old, like they only got they haven't even got online.
They got a SNES.
They got PlayStation Plus. But they're just playing, you know, like when you used to play like, on PS2, you'd get like the demo disc.
Yeah.
They're just playing like demos of games.
Bruv, I used to bang demo discs, man.
Oh, bruv, yeah, there used to be bare stuff like that. And you used to go get the little cheat book as well.
The cheat book?
When someone would have the cheat book.
Do you know, I went to my, talking about, I guess we should start by say what we've been up to. Bro, my mum rang me and she's like, I've got a bunch of your stuff at my house. I ain't lived at my mum's house for over 10 years now. Yeah. And she's hoarded my stuff.
Like you're a dead child.
Like I've died in a car crash.
Changed your room.
Yeah. Like I've died in a car crash. There's like a mural of me. And it's just going through all the stuff I had as a kid. And just like all the fucking absolute tap my mum's kept.
But I bet you, because you're like quite a like
cheap books there.
You're like quite a nerdy, a specific type of nerdy individual.
Okay.
Like
in what way?
Like you're like the kind of guy who would know about conscious rap, but also like know everyone's name in Forbidden Planet who works there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like you'd go to like watch battle rap, but you'd also go to like an anime store. You're kind of like that. Yeah, I guess the crossover. Like I don't know everyone's name at Forbidden Planet. No. I mean that's I don't.
If you went in there, they'll be like Jamali, and you'll be like, "What's up, Craig?"
That's a horrible thing to say.
Just go in there and they'll be like, "Hey, we've been keeping that comic book for you."
That was one of my dreams as well. One of my dreams was to own a comic book shop.
Fucking
just be a fucking proper just miserable bastard, like Black Books. Yes, I was just going through the fucking old shit I had at my mum's house and that, and it was just like some of the fucking shit I used to wear.
Yeah, what?
Some of the stuff I used to wear, man. I used to wear like big jackets with cartoon characters on it. So I had like Lot 29. Do you ever have Lot 29?
No.
So Lot 29 was like an American brand and you would have like Bugs Bunny on it.
Bro, so there's a shop in Fulton Heath called Bubblegum, yeah, and it used to sell like sort of like, I don't know what the word is, but clothes like that, yeah. And my dad, when I was like 11, had to talk me out of buying a shirt that says, "If you see the police, Warner Brother."
Oh, I had that too.
And my dad was like, "You're an 11-year-old middle-class white kid. Why would you be in, if you see the police, Warner Brother?" Yeah. And just some like chubby little fat emo kids wearing it.
I used to have that. My mum actually caught me that too.
How old were you wearing that?
Oh, bro, I must have been about 13, 14. So if you see the
that was a
Warner
2008
Brother,
staple shirt
that was
of
a
London.
Banger t-shirt, bro.
I used to have as well, because I was like a little emo kid. Like I'd have like, "Come to the dark side." Do you remember that? Like, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies." That like sort of like, you know, that sort of hot topic. Like there used to be a shop called Time Bomb in Croydon It was like full of emos, and you'd go in there and get like the jacket and stuff. From there,
that was
like,
a completely different life.
No, I was wearing stuff.
Was you
like
one
that.
of those emos that would wear like a t-shirt of a unicorn, ironically?
No, I wasn't like that into it. I was I would have like all the sort of like it would be like a black and white like checkered jumper sort of thing, like sort of My Chemical Romance-y.
You used to have that thing that used to go on your middle finger, and it would be like I can't explain it. It kind of like, you see what a ninja wears, and it goes around your finger, and it sort of like goes up your arm.
No. That's more like sort of that steampunky, like
Okay.
that was like the Trilby wearing, like my lady kind of.
Yeah, but you was a goth.
No, I was just like, I went through a little emo phase, but then I went to school in South London, so everyone would kick the fuck out of me.
Was you the only emo in your year?
It was like me and 3 other guys, and then I moved to school from Croydon. I started going to a school in Lambeth.
You got beat out of your school,
bro. Yeah, no, that school was wild.
They battered you out of school.
They battered everyone. It was called Ashburton. It changed the names now to Oasis Academy, Shirley Park. It had a school riot. It made the front page of the South London Times.
You know a school's bad when they have to rebrand and change, because schools have the same name for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And the fact that your school had to like
rebrand, they had to like sort of
like a chicken shop that killed a girl.
I'm the new management.
Yeah.
You know, there'd be like, you know, like when the chicken shops had like so much violent crime in it that they have to like I'm the new management. Yeah. But my school might as well. It was like one of them shops where they were like only 2 school kids allowed in time, but it was a school that would have that on the front of it. It was crazy. They had a gym, but they had to stop letting people into the gym because people kept throwing the running machines over the balcony. People kept lifting up like the treadmills and throwing them over the balcony.
You guys didn't deserve education.
No, that school was crazy, Ashburton, and then they had a school riot because there was like a load of Afghan refugees, because in Croydon you had Luna House, so that was like I think the immigration centre of the UK.
Yeah.
So if you went and immigrated into like London, you had to go through Luna House. That's where you would have to go. So there was a huge it was quite a very diverse school. But what happened was these
did all of the different races come together to kick the shit out of you for being emo?
It came a melting pot of let's beat up Elliot.
Melting
pot of it. But what happened was these lads from my school had a fight with one of the Afghani lads, and the Afghani lads like they didn't realise, like they were sort of like hard kids from Croydon, but they didn't realise like don't mess with hard kids from Afghanistan.
Oh, you mean kids that have come from war-torn countries?
Yeah, but then it did kind of turn out that some of them weren't kids. In my school, like it turned out they had to kick a load of them out because we all thought they'd been at war, innit? So that's why they looked a bit older. So we all thought war ages you, but then it turned out they were like 23 and they were in like year 9.
They were using the school gym, just putting up fucking 100 kg.
Bro, they were just benching them. Bro, they were just like a proper old, like grown men, innit? But they all had like beards and that, and we were like, well, you know, you probably, if you've been living under Taliban, you probably grow a beard quicker because it's a bit stressful.
Was their lunchtime in staff room?
Bro, they were taking some of the lessons at PE.
Yeah, that's mad.
And then they had like a fight. There was like a fight between. It kind of happened all across Croydon.
Look, they shouldn't have done it, but I do kind of. It's cheeky.
It's not on.
It's not on. But my God, it is a bit cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they all had a fight, and then like people started calling their uncles to come down. And this is the whole.
But who do they? If they call their uncles are going to be like 60.
But they're like leader of like some small tribe out of a bit of Afghanistan were like turning up, and like just this whole like school riot happened, and it was like the front page of like, and everyone. I had a mate Denzel who had like a yellow Just Do It bag. Do you remember the Just Do It bags? He had like a yellow one, and like his 15 minutes of fame was in this massive crowd of like this huge like riot going on. You could point out Denzel because of his yellow Just Do It bag. So like, he was in the next day with the paper like, look, there I am in like the middle of like a school just riot. But then the school I went to in Lambeth, it was like a performing arts school, but it wasn't really. We just had purple blazers, and that school had like because Croydon was a bit rough, but like there was like a few like kids in it who were like in like gangs and stuff in there, and then so I quickly dropped the email. I was like, oh, probably best not. But then I was on the football team, so I was all right.
Yeah.
So like when you could like play football, you were sort of allowed a little bit.
There was only 3 guys. I don't even know if they were emo, but there was 3. There was these 3. They were kind of Columbine-y, and one of them wore like a long jacket. And they used to smoke cigarettes in the toilet. And I remember I'm not going to say his name, one of my brethren, one of my friends, was fucking with one of them. And everyone told him, yo, leave them kids alone, man. There's something not right about him. But when I tell you, bruv, he grips my friend, yeah. Bruv, the hands of God couldn't let go of that grip. And
It just held him up against
held him against the wall, bruv, for a good, bruv. Getting held up against the wall for a good 5 minutes.
Bro, it's so funny when a kid used to snap in school. Like, do you ever just see, like, you know, their home life sucks, their school life sucks, and you just watch them like, We had that. We had a kid called Daniel who, like, got in a fight with a lad. This was at primary school, and, like, the head teacher, this kid, like, even though he was, like, 10 years old, my teacher, like, it was, like, the start of, do you remember, like, when you started out growing teachers? So, like, the little weedy teacher who would try to jump in, break up a fight, would, like, just get this, like, these kids were 10 years old, and, like, like, the teacher, I forget her name, she tried to break it up, but she just went flying. And so the head teacher came in, this kid, Daniel, just launched a chair at the head teacher. And, like, you just watch, like, his home life and everything.
I wonder what happened to them kids.
Well, bruv, he's probably, I don't know, he got excluded, because in our secondary school, if you got permanently excluded, you went centre. There was this place called Centre, which
we used to have a place like that. I mean, it was a school, but they had barbed wire around it.
Belmarsh.
Yeah, it was like a little Belmarsh.
There's like guard towers and that.
Yeah. And yet you know they were bad because they got to wear their home clothes. they were going there in jeans, bro.
Well, one of the centre kids robbed me one time at knife point at a bus stop for £2. He pulled out a Stanley knife and robbed me for £2. Bro, and I was just like, just have it, man.
He had the Stanley knife because he was doing he was in apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Man had the apprenticeship and that.
My school did that. Like everyone who was a bit naughty. Do you remember when they first?
But they made me do that. They made me do construction. And during lunchtime, they used to want our lunchtimes and that. And then we went college.
Was it like every Wednesday or something?
It was every Wednesday, or it was like every Tuesday.
Yeah, we had that Tuesday.
And they made us go college to do the course. And none of us wanted to do this course. And they made us go college, and there was a kid in my class called Russell who started kicking the doors that we were meant to be painting, kicking everyone's doors and that. And so they kicked us out of college, and they made us try to do construction, like bricklaying.
But they had you like working like in a gulag and stuff. Let's just see like a bunch of these kids who got no future, and then like you're on a train to Siberia for your diploma.
We're working in one of those North Korean work camps in Siberia.
Vice start coming trying to make don't talk to the journalist.
Yeah, man.
One of the kids slags off the head teacher and he's tied to a post and shot in front of him.
Yeah.
Well, they had that. There was the two hard kids in my school. I was out there, and there was one called Al. It was like. One was the hard white kid, one was the hard black kid. It was Alfie and Michael,
yeah.
And
I bet everyone was. I bet the chat was crazy. Everyone's saying like, who's the toughest? Which one?
Bro, so they used to.
Who was your money on?
No, it was on Michael. But Michael didn't mess about. He was hard.
Yeah, but what about Alfie?
Alfie was tough, but he came from like a bit of a sort of like one of the. He had I think he had one of them families where everyone was a bit up to something.
Yeah,
but a kind of.
Like a little scrappy white boy.
Yeah. He was a big lad, but so they would all be on the same. We were all on the same football team.
And were they friends?
No.
Yeah, would they like cross each other the whole? It was like a rivalry. It was Wilder versus Fury.
Wilder Fury, and it was like, and there was a bit of a race angle that came into it sometimes.
Of course.
And so one time, like they had a fight in year 9.
What was the race angle? Why have we just got up? What's the race angle?
It's the first episode.
What's the race angle?
Oh, they would get into it. They would get into it.
Would it always temper to it's nearly going to be a fight, or would it always nearly get there?
Yeah,
and then they wanted to create hype around the fight. So
they were doing promo. They might like if it happened now, they'd have both been on Rogan promoting it. It was, and they had a fight in year 9. Where I think Michael beat Alpha when they were off doing the BTEC. They were doing like the BTEC diploma in construction, right? So Alfie's brother came down in a car with a few people and made them and then they jumped Michael, and he did, bruv. This was left for years. Michael stewed on it for years, yeah, and he waited on it. And then one day I was like, Alfie got brought in a bike lock and locked up Michael's bike. But there was builders in the school. So as I walked by, he's had the builders were cutting through it with like a cement saw. And Michael looked at me and went, your boy did this, innit? And I was like, I don't know, man. And then he was like, all right. So I
like that it's sort of...
I was kind of cool with both of them.
It's kind of like comedy farce as well.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It was kind of Del Boy-ish. Like he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna lock his bike."
he went like Michael went like, it is funny. Like he saw the humour in it.
Yeah, he locked his bike.
So at the end of one of our English exams, they wouldn't tell us when we were on study leave because they thought we'd all plan something. They thought we'd all go nuts. So they just came to the end of an exam when you're all going home. You're on study leave now. We walk out, yeah, and when I say a beatdown happened, he's waited 2 years for this moment. Waited for it. Like he's been dreaming of this moment. Walks outside and he's like, what now? And just went, boom. And like, let me tell you that like, it was left between both of them. Like, it was like, fair enough. He like hit him down, he's on the floor and he started like stamping on his head. Like cars are pulling.
Oh, like Robert De Niro.
Oh, bro, it's like, yeah. But like, he's waited for it. Imagine that scene, in like De Niro where he's like, no, you did insult him. Like, instead of like going home, dropping his girl, he's waited 2 years, study leave's coming.
Yeah.
And like just this, and like it was like it was like the fight to end all fight. And then they were all right at prom with each other, actually.
But do you remember in school, yeah, because there wasn't that much going on in your life, if you miss something like that, bruv, if you miss that, bro, and it's not, there's no replay, there's no pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You might have a shaky camera phone.
Yeah. I filmed on like some Sony Ericsson.
Yeah.
And you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a school. I used to miss everything. There was a fight with a school called Elm Green. Complete. I was never involved in any of these things.
Yeah.
I was too I wasn't going to like go over and fight anyone from another school. Although I got jumped in the park once by these two guys.
Every time I talk to you, I realise why you do so much kickboxing and jiu-jitsu now.
I was riding my skateboard from a park.
And I know you can't ride. And I know you're just sort of...
Going down a hill like, and it's all shaking. I put my foot on the floor to slow down.
But I bet you had elbow pads on.
No, I didn't do that. I wasn't that. And this lad like ran up and just went, boom, knocked me off.
It's horrible that happened, but as he should.
It is very funny.
No, but as he should, because you shouldn't be on a skateboard.
No, I know, in like Norwood Park, knocked me off, right?
Oh, man.
And they were trying to take my phone. Do you know how they didn't get my phone, right? Bear in mind, I could do jiu-jitsu. I got a skateboard. You think I've got some instinct of fight would kick in. When I tell you, I cried this guy off me.
No,
I cried him off me.
Right.
I was there like, no, man, please, that's my phone. It was my BlackBerry. I was like, leave me alone.
Off you.
I cried so much, his friend felt bad.
Oh.
His friend was like, no, man. Like, and then I went back to school and I was like, I was so upset about it. The next day I brought in a pocket knife and showed everyone, like, when I see them, yeah. And let me tell you, I wasn't going to do anything. And everyone was like, bro, we saw you like cry in the park. You're not John Wick. This isn't some story of revenge where you're going to go get it. You cried. You got hit off a skateboard and cried in the park. Just be that guy.
Oh, bro, you have to be that guy.
No, I was that guy. I was the guy who got hit off a skateboard. But like, to be fair, everyone in my school like went out looking for him. Like they were like, no, we could pick on Elliot, but not.
No.
But the guys who did it were like 20 as well. They looked like a 14-year-old now.
They were ex-students.
Yeah. Do you know those like? Did you ever have those students who got expelled but were then just down by the school gate? They would just turn up.
Yes.
They would just be at the school.
Bruv, they would always be on a bike. They'd just sit there on the bike waiting for you.
Yeah, they would just be at the school gate.
And you'd be like, they'll be like, so what's going on? What we doing? You'd be like, bruv, I'm going home, bro.
I've been getting my education. I didn't let off a firework in maths class.
They would get expelled from school and they'd be let out and then they would wait at the front of the school gates.
I bought off my mates sometimes. I bought a load of bangers at school, like 250 bangers. I paid them like a £5 for them because we would always just go like get fireworks and that. Yeah, like me and my mate Kevin.
It's hard to buy bangers. I bought some bangers the other day, but they're hard to find.
You're a 34-year-old man. Why
I don't know. Do you know what I've realised? As I've turned 34, I'm just buying stuff I never bought as a kid. So I've got like bangers. I've got air rifles. I've got air rifles, bangers. I've got like a bunch of I've got bare console video games.
Yeah, you just buy those things
models.
that you couldn't get as a Yeah, you
Call
could.
it that. Porno mags.
You're in the woods looking for porn.
No, I'm on top shelf. There's a shop near me, and and apparently it was like big back in the day, but the whole like all over the shop front, it just says no porno here, and you go what? And I looked it up, and basically he like in the 90s or something, maybe early 2000s, he made this big stand. And he was like, I will not sell porn in this shop.
Go on, do the accent. I know what he sounded like. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, he sounded like that.
Yeah, so let's get some Patreons first.
Yeah.
We'll get
That's what he sounded like. Yeah,
we'll get some Patreons.
The clear religious guy.
No. Listen, we're gonna get some Patreons. Listen, if you want to hear accents, we got them. Yeah. My accents are great, but we're gonna get some Patreons first, and then we're gonna do the accents.
No, I'm going straight in.
You got, yeah, but we got to fish them in first.
Yeah, reel them in.
You got me. You really exposed the story that you cried a man off you.
One time I was waiting for my dad in East Croydon station. I was like 14. And East Croydon's like, it's kind of all right now. I saw a few lunatics about, and this like lunatic like started on me. Like I was like 14. I was yelling at me, stop. Like 5 minutes went by. I was waiting for my dad. My dad came up. And what really caused this is my dad. Nothing angers my dad more. Nothing angers my dad like roadworks. My dad, driven in London since the 80s, is still shocked that roadworks happen. So if my dad goes in a way for roadworks, we were late for a thing we were both recording once because my dad, like there was road, he'll just start driving down random roads like he knows a back exit, but then just end up going like completely the opposite direction. So my dad does that.
What's the piss you? Why does your dad get so pissed about roadwork?
Because he
like potholes.
No, he cannot believe. My dad cannot believe that there's traffic in London. So my dad will like drive around London. He's, where are these people going? And I'm like, you're going somewhere.
To be fair to your dad, when I'm in central London on a Monday afternoon and I see people, I do go, why aren't you at work?
Yeah, no, I do that.
Because I know why I'm not.
Yeah. We're not all...
I work evenings.
Yeah.
You're not all comics.
No, I know. So my dad had like turned up to East Croydon station. He's been sat in roadworks and he wants to yell at me because he's picking me up.
Yeah.
He's in roadwork. He's like, you're all right. I'm like, no, that guy was just yelling at me. And my dad just
took out roadwork anger on him.
This guy just had him against the wall, like, you fucking, just going at him. By the way, but not in like my defence. And he's like, yeah, don't you yell at my son. And also, I couldn't make the turn in. I couldn't turn up the road where you're meant to park.
This poor lunatic, man.
Yeah.
You don't get the lunatics anymore. I remember when I grew up, man, that they were like the staple of the area.
Oh, yeah.
You had Ashley Corn.
Who was Ashley?
Ashley Corn was a guy in my area when I grew up, and he was the local lunatic. Great.
And he was just like running around being mad.
Well, he used to be like a kickbox champion or something.
Oh, right.
You ever hear them stories where he used to be the...
Yeah, he was the guy.
He was the guy at one point.
We had you can't call him we had the Crystal Palace transsexual. And there was this guy who would like cross-dress, like wear like a little short skirt, but like no underwear and ride his bike so you could see like, he's like known around Crystal Palace. And he would just ride around like that, and everyone would be like, and it was actually quite a good thing because it kind of made us like aware. It was quite progressive in a way. No one was like shocked by it. We were like, oh yeah, the Crystal Palace transsexual.
Well, there is the thing of you can only see something shocking, and I say mad, and I'm not upsetting you when I say mad.
They shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. They were riding around
because I just remember we ain't got Patreons yet, so I'm not trying to upset anyone yet. But when we get Patreons, they only see something shocking once. And then after the second time you see it, it's not that shocking.
Oh, yeah,
I remember like the first time I went red light districts in Amsterdam, I was like 18. And it was fucking mad. And then once you see it the second and third time, you go back to Amsterdam, it's not that mad anymore. No. You know what I mean? It's like everything only,
Red light in Amsterdam is actually quite touristy. It's kind of like the equivalent of going to Leicester Square.
It's M&M world.
Yeah, it's all sort of for show. Like no one, when you walk 10 minutes out of that and you actually see like Amsterdam and it's quite nice and everyone's riding their bikes and it's beautiful. You're like, oh yeah, but that sort of seedy bit, that's just full of like tourists. And also when you walk around, there's nothing lamer in the red light than when you see people walking around like they're cool. because they're like getting attention from the women. And you're like, that's what they're paying.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you to come in and spend your money. Of course, they're like acting like yours.
I remember one time I saw these, because you know, did you see Amsterdam, this is a little while ago, that they had a big campaign for British tourists, basically saying, stop fucking about.
Yeah.
We're going to nick you. You got to stop. Because British tourists are the worst when you go there, yeah. And I remember I was walking around and I saw these two British tourists. And they look at the window and they start doing a racist accent of an Asian person. Start going, chong, 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 and all that, yeah. And then
Not even on the Patreon.
Not even on the Patreon. Not even on the Patreon. I'm saying what they were saying.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, yeah. I didn't know. Oh, I'm doing all of that. And then one of them just looks at each other and goes, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Having a laugh.
Just having.
I said, what? I mean, that's what it is to travel to another country. It's just to be racist. And then he literally went like, and they both laughed, and one of us went, that's what it's all about.
That's what the gift of life is about.
It really sort of held his mate's shoulder and was like with his lad and just went, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's what it's about, mate.
Having a laugh.
Going to another country, immersing yourself in culture and bullying a sex worker. Some woman who's been trafficked to make her stand there. Just bully her.
Yeah. Just being a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
It was one of the maddest things I've ever heard. There's another man say, yeah, that's what it's all about, though, isn't it?
British people abroad, there's several kinds you get it, because there are people, you know, who go to San Sebastian, they want to eat nice food, drink wine, they learn a bit of Spanish, they really like the culture. There is that side of British people who do that. But the time I realised what a horrible little nation we can be, and why we had the empire we had, is when I went to Benidorm.
Yeah.
When you see British people in Benidorm, because you got to go to Benidorm, like, there's the way you got to enjoy Benidorm if you go. It is fun, but you've got to accept it's shit. But there are people go there who go, no, it's like they talk about it like they just stayed at the White Lotus. Like they talk about it in a way. You're like, oh my God, you actually think that was like a good place to go?
Yeah.
It is. You go there, it's egg and chips.
Yeah.
Like people just walking around. So someone goes, two beer to like someone, and everyone speaks English. Everyone who runs the bar is English, and they go, "This is what it's all about, innit?" And you're like, "It's just sunny. Yeah. That's it. It's just sunny." And then the looky men are going around. There is no harder job in the world than a looky man selling glasses to some guys from Bradford who have turned up, and you have never seen British racism like it. Like, he's having a laugh, innit? You're like, the guy is clearly like trekked from another country.
It's the fact that it's notoriously known as the looky man.
The looky man.
It's just that is the name. When you said looky man, I knew exactly who you're talking about. It's the fucking looky man. Because do you know what though? Do they train each other and they go, listen, if you want to sell stuff, you got to say looky. Because if you don't say looky, I'm not looking.
Yeah, right. They got. Do you reckon they have like a little camp where they're training and like a proper job interview where you come in, someone sits down, like they all drop like the accent and stuff. And they're like, "Great to meet you." They're all in a suit, shaking his hand, and like, so you know, there's a gap in the market and they're like, it's competitive pay. Yeah. But we'll put you on a trial run. Someone's like, "Hey, I've got glasses." No, you got to go. Looky, brother. Looky. Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna have like marketing influencers?
Oh yeah, bro.
Like if you ain't got a six pack, you ain't fucking selling.
What, like that guy's trying to sell cars. If you ain't got a six pack, I don't want to see you in my company.
But so it's better. Do you know what? I think once we get this going and we get the Patreon, we're going to start Patreon.
Yeah, you're hard selling this
hard
episode 1, Rob. Jamali's already.
I'm already selling the Patreon.
Jamali's going to come over and get everyone into Forex. we've got a trading. We've got a Telegram group.
We've got a breakfast show. We've got a breakfast show.
We rumple everyone on week 2. We make £18. we have to. We come like what's her name? Like the Hoctor girl. We're like in a scandal after week 2 because we've rumpled the 20 people who listen to it for the Jamali coin.
We've got the Jamali coin, but we're gonna do a trip to Benidorm.
Right, but it's.
You, we're gonna do it. Do you know who loves Benidorm?
Who?
My dad.
I forget because I forget how East London you actually are sometimes.
Yeah, my dad, painter and decorator. Nothing he loves more than a fucking Benidorm. He goes with the lads, fucking at the Benidorm.
I bet you're that. Oh,
he told me a story the other day. He goes, yeah. I said, Dad, you went Benidorm? He goes, yeah. Went to your fucking Benidorm and that, One of the guys come out for 20 years. They celebrate. He was his dad's mate. So it's not my dad's friend didn't go to prison, but his mate went prison. So
20 years, you've got to have done something bad.
So he's done 20 years bad. And then the first thing he does when he gets out is go Benidorm. And the thing was, all of their T-shirts were like a photo of him with like cuffs on. And they were wearing T-shirts like, someone's been in jail for 20 years.
And I bet you Benidorm looked exactly the same as when he first went. He knew where the red line was.
I told you I went to my dad. I took my dad to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, my dad fucking loves Benidorm, man.
Oh,
so I think what we're going to do is
your dad.
We're going to do a vlog. Me, you,
Brother.
my dad.
Like with Graft Kings.
Yeah.
That's
and
that
then
podcast.
we're going to go Benidorm.
Bro, I love this podcast called Graft Kings, yeah. Because they don't seem like as bad as they could be. But all they do is like, it's like whenever you see a clip, they're like, a girl's calm when she's on a night out and she's texting you, mate. It's like, when people just start giving that weird, like, all their clips are just them going like, mate, have you ever like, when you're like chatting to like a 10 out of 10, yeah, but she's got mates, that's a bit of a red flag. You're like, what the fuck are you on about?
Do you know what it is, yeah? A lot of time when they say things, it's because they're so scared just to say words like communication.
Yes.
That's all they're saying.
Yeah.
But they're just afraid of that word because it makes you sound a bit soft. And it's like, it's cool. She texts and you're back into that. So he's saying good communication. None of that gay shit.
Yeah. It's just Essex comes about they're saying, like when a girl like says you did something that you didn't do and then lies at gaslighting. No. None of that woke nonsense.
Yeah. None of that fucking woke trash.
Yeah. No, man. They like all of that sort of like Benidorm, Amsterdam, all that, it is ruined by British people. But I went to Amsterdam on a stag do. And then the thing is...
Have we been to Amsterdam together?
Yeah. No, I don't think we have.
Where have we been?
We've been Switzerland. We
only been Switzerland.
Yeah, we walked around the red light in Switzerland and had a look at it, and because they got a legal red light in Geneva.
Yeah, but they're real aggressive.
Yeah, we were walking around late at night, and there was the one that got banished. We were calling her. We were saying the lone soldier. There was like this one at the end of the red light, and she was stood there, and we came up with like this story that she got banished to the outer world. All of the sex workers pushed her out to the outer world,
to the Mordor.
Yeah. She's like, that one in 300 who wants to be the Spartan. She's like there, and then like you haven't got the heart for it.
Yeah. No, but but you went to Amsterdam on a stag.
Yeah,
because I've been Amsterdam. Sorry, Kyle, I've been Amsterdam in variations of my age. So I went like an 18-year-old kid where I just want to smoke and all that. And then I've been in my early 20s. I've been with partners. I've been with women, and I've been with I've been as like older guy. And it is a very nice country. It's that one little square mile of just weed and...
Well, it's ruined. It's like anywhere, like any city centre that is like a capital, it sucks because of it's catered towards tourism, not the locals. So even like London, you go out in central London, hands down, central London, and London itself is one of the worst places for nightlife in any major
capital.
London,
what's weird is, so you got Oxford Circus, all the main parts, but those little other side areas like St. James, they're weird areas, man.
I went to a nightclub in St. James the other week, a Nigerian nightclub.
Wait. Sorry, start that. Why was you at a Nigerian nightclub in St. James?
I went out with...
and what made it Nigerian?
What
specifically made it
a guess.
Yeah. What specifically made it a Nigerian nightclub?
I was looking at night.
Yeah.
Bro,
You couldn't
I
even
walked
get
in,
in.
everyone was selling me sunglasses.
Yeah, you couldn't even get in because of the sunglasses.
Bro, I just walked in, bro. Everyone kept saying no spray, no
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
Not even in the toilet. Just no, I was with Michael Adewale, his girlfriend Io, and her two friends. I'd just done a show with Michael, and we were in like a bar. And one of Io's friends was like, "Oh, my mate's doing a DJ set across the road." We were in Soho, and then we start this walk, and we're getting closer and closer to Mayfair. And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't want to go clubbing in Mayfair. One, the expense of it. Two, it's not really my scene. Clubbing isn't really my scene." And we get there. And it was actually pretty good, but me and Odewale noticed, we were like, even though it's a bit more bougie and a bit more, yeah, cool. Even though it's a bit more bougie and like pricing stuff, it's actually the same as any other clubbing experience.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same as if you went to a Tiger in Leeds. It's just there's a bit more like clientele. You're out there, yeah. Oh, it's good of you to do that on the pod. But you're trying to hard sell people to Patreon and you've just fucked off a minute. Oh, thank you. Oh, do you know what? You're back in my good books. But it was exactly the same. I don't know if you've ever been clubbing in like Mayfair.
I haven't been clubbing for years anyway. But I remember there was when I went Central, it would be like Zoo Bar or some shit like that.
Zoo Bar's horrible.
But I remember there was this club in my area, yeah. I think it's shut down now. It was called Faces. And it was where all the...
Is this in Ilford?
Yeah, it's in Ganshill.
Okay.
So near Ilford. It was called Faces and all the footballers used to go. And basically it was a members club. But you had to be allowed in once to get the membership card. Brother, when I tell you, I went with shirt, I tried with shoes, I tried coming with women, I tried coming by myself, they would not let me in this club. And I remember the last time I tried, the doorman just took me, like I tried to get in, and the doorman actually opened the thing and he walked out with me and he put his hand on my shoulder and he looked at me and he said, "It's never going to happen." Literally, he put his hand on my shoulder, like fatherly, and he said, brother. And I tried to explain, I was like, and he goes, "Brother, it's not happening."
Like you're a kid who thinks he's going to make it for West Ham or something, and he's one of the coaches. Just man, go get a job. You're a good kid.
There's a good career out there for you, bro. There's other clubs for you, bruv. They would never let me in, and there was no rhyme or reason why they wouldn't let man in. But we used to go like, when I used to go clubbing, we'd go like Barefoot, we'd go Reading and Windsor.
Why would you go there?
Fuck knows, man. And then a lot of time they wouldn't let us in because some guys from my area a couple of weeks before had gone there and caused problems.
Oh, yeah.
So they would look at our ID and go, "Bruv, man, we ain't letting you in."
Yeah, my mates, I've got a few mates who work like doors in central London.
Yeah.
And they're always telling me like the amount of times someone will come in, like there'll be a big fight. I'd got in a scrap in Zubar once.
Mm.
Yeah, like this is like a year ago. Not even like, I could say earlier in my life. I got chatting to the shot girl got chatting to me, selling me shots. And then like sat down, was just having a chat. She just wasn't selling any shots. So we sat down having just like a chat. And these lads I'd been talking to, I think they like, I won't say who I was with, but they recognised a couple of people I was with. And we were just having a bit. And then a guy who I'd been chatting to, and he had been sound up until then, came over to the shot girl and went, "You know, me and him would fuck you both." And I was just stunned.
What, I pointed at you?
Yeah. I was just stunned that was his game. And then she launched the shots over him, like just shots over him. And then he starts like going to kick off at her. So I like pushed him and went, "What are you doing?" But bear in mind, I didn't have ID. This is why I got in. I had my jiu-jitsu bag. And the doorman ID'd everyone. Looked to me when you got ID. I went, "No." He went, "Do you do jiu-jitsu?" I went, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, where do you train?" I said, "My gym." He said his gym. And then I said a guy we both knew. Like I said, a coach we both knew. So he was like, "Oh yeah, go." He was just like, "Oh yeah, cool. Go in." So me and a guy like kind of get a bit into it and then get like let outside. But I was just stunned. Like absolutely his opening gambit to this guy. And this was like he was a little bit of a city boy. They had like a couple nice watches on and stuff. Walked up to this, like just a shot, like, do you know how dumb you got to be to think the shot girl's into you?
Mm.
Like it's the same as guys who go to strip clubs and think, it's even dumber than thinking the stripper's into you. Because she's just selling drinks.
Yeah.
She's not even like, it's not even like she's selling
her tits.
Yeah,
like,
she's not even putting her
drinks,
tits in her face. She's just she's just, do you want to pay £9 for a Jaeger bomb?
Yeah.
And then just fuck it. But the way she just launched, like no thinking about it. It was kind of sick on her part. Just launched the thing over.
How many shots was in the thing?
Well, while she was chatting to me, my mate drank 4 of them without telling her. So
you're running your own scam.
Yeah.
I like how you say and I defended this woman. Really, Like, I was robbing her for drinks. We were robbing her blind.
Listen, I'd rob a woman, but I wouldn't sexualise one in a club. But then, to be fair, we stood around and made sure she got into an Uber and stuff. We were it's not to be a white knighty, but we were being cool. And then, but the guy was stood around as well, and it was one of those things where I don't know if you've ever had this where someone gets brave in kind of back to the teacher thing. This happened to me at school. I was getting picked on by this kid, and bringing it back to what I was saying about teachers trying to break up fights. He was picking on me, but I'd started boxing. He was a bit bigger than me. He was quite a hard lad, and I was telling my boxing coach, and my boxing coach was just hit him with a right hook, next time he does it. Yeah. So in science class, I used to sit next to this girl who I quite liked, but he would pick on me, so I moved to the front.
Did she like you?
She was. We would chat. We'd have good chats, but no. I was
having good chats is Elliot talk for no.
Yeah. Well, having good chats.
I've known you for too long. I hate when Elliot says. Elliot always goes. I go, oh, what's going on? We had a good chat. Yeah. Elliot, you're obsessed with chat.
Yeah.
What is with you in chat?
I like getting to know people. I don't want to buy your shots. I want to know you.
Yeah.
And then, so I moved to the front. And then one day I sat down. He came, started picking on me. And I went and I hit him as hard as I could, and I was like, well, what will happen is the teacher will break up the fight.
Okay, so you was doing that thing of you start the fight,
I start the fight,
get enough in,
and then claim victory. Do you know what I mean?
And that's to bring you in. You could do that stuff.
I'm like a terrorist cell that done like a little thing, and we're like, we have taken down the West.
Yeah, what you did is you shut up a place, and then when the police come in, you've got down on your knees, and you've asked for diplomatic immunity.
I'm a political prisoner. Yeah. And then I hit him. The teacher ran out to get help, so left me alone for a minute. And he's just got a chair, and I swear to God, as he's hit me with a chair, this was my thought process. I went, why didn't I think of the chair?
Yeah.
I've been spending £50 a month on boxing lessons.
No, you could
the answer was chair. Right then. Yeah. He beat the fuck out of me. And a humiliating school loss, curled up in a ball.
You took a lot of L's in school.
Oh, bruv. Elliot still. Yeah, I took mad amounts of fucking. Yeah, but it's school. It's a weird thing, school, because you're learning education, but you're also kind of learning who you are, the person you want to be. You're trying to be cool. Yeah. That's the good thing about getting older is you stop trying to be cool. You once you relinquish being cool, life becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Life becomes a lot now. I was doing a bit about this the other night. When I go, say I go on a date or something with a girl and I go back to hers, I leave at 7 a.m. and I'm in my head she probably thinks he's some nonchalant guy who's got a lot going on, or what a fuckboy. No, it's because I'm going for a shit, and I can now admit that.
You've got a whole thing about shitting.
But I can't shit in other people's houses and stuff.
And you're a regular guy.
Yeah. I go.
You're a regular guy.
I'll go to a coffee shop. I walk in there like I'm about to do a suicide bombing. I walk in there, I'm like, give me the code for that toilet. I'm buying an Americano. And I walk in there, but I'm like Muhammad Atta, walking in, taking the control decks of that United flight. I've got a little headband on. Yeah. I'm the reason there's codes in toilets. One of the stewardesses, when they have to stand in the front of the thing, I'm like that for coffee shops.
And they have to put the fucking little blockade there.
Yeah.
I love it when it's an old air stewardess and she just sat.
Oh yeah,
I could shoulder barge my way in there. I could get in that cockpit if I wanted.
You ever been on a flight? I could take control of this flight.
Yeah, do you know what I do? Sometimes I say I could get in that cockpit and I won't even do nothing. I'll just stand in there, snap a couple buttons just to let you know I could, bro.
You just start hitting buttons like you're DJing.
Yeah, I just want to have a sitting. You will come back the pilot will come back and he'll just see me in the chair leaning like this. And I'll be like, I could if I wanted to, brother. Don't ever forget that.
When I was going to Amsterdam, my flight was delayed. And they were like, look, if any kids want to, you could come to the front and come in the cockpit. I was the first up there. I got a photo of it, right? I went into the cockpit. The guy found it quite funny. I was like, all right, mate, can I have a sit in a chair and like pretending I was flying the plane? I walk out, there's like a queue of 8-year-olds with their parents, and there's me 3 beers deep already.
Do you know why? Because they had to ask for permission. Yeah. You're a grown man.
Oh, yeah.
I can do what the fuck I like.
I'm going into the cockpit and getting a photo.
What I would have done, I would have spent the whole time, and then he's like, all right, no one else can go in now. We've got to fly. And I've had bare time in that cockpit.
Asking to put that on.
I would have been straight in that cockpit, brother.
But you know who doesn't get talked about enough as a pilot is that German wings guy.
Was that the one who crashed into
the mountain? What a unbelievable Hall of Fame suicide that was.
Selfish too.
Very selfish.
Very selfish.
That was
selfish.
That was selfish.
That was a selfish suicide.
Like, you think someone who jumps in front of a train and makes everyone delayed is selfish? He did that with a plane.
Yeah.
That's a real. He planned it like. Because you stand, this is the thing, the pilot stands at the front of the plane and meets everyone. Greets everyone on.
Yeah.
So he was like, guten Tag, guten Tag.
And he did the little voice thing in 2 languages.
Oh.
He did the little, and then he's like, hi, this is the flight. Yeah.
Do you reckon he gave it away? We'll be cruising at 0 altitude. 35,000 feet. No, that's that one. Bruv, you seen, because you don't follow football, innit?
I don't follow.
You don't follow it, so you'll have missed all the stuff with the Tel Aviv fans.
Well, I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't actually know what's going on. Signed with Aston Villa.
So Aston Villa and Maccabi Tel Aviv are meant to be playing in the Champions League at Villa Park, so in Birmingham, in Aston in Birmingham. And the police have gone, look, just for like fear of fan violence.
Oh, so it's the police saying
the police have gone.
I thought it was FIFA.
I don't know if it was FIFA, but the police have like, we just think it's best if there's no away fans for this game. It's gonna cause absolute bedlam. Villa fans are a little bit about it, like they had a bit of a ruckus with PSG fans last year. The Tel Aviv fans are known for being a bit about. They had like a fight where they got ran around.
Them in Holland.
Yeah, they got ran around by Ajax. So the police have come out and gone, just for the sake of fan violence, Birmingham, big Islamic community, like just this looks a little bit sensible in terms of we don't know how to police this.
Yeah.
So this is the way we're going to do it. Keir Starmer comes out. This guy, as a prime minister, he is the equivalent of a supply teacher who has come into an underfunded inner city school thinking he's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And in his head, he's come in like, I'm going to get them all to respect me.
I'm not surprised because I'm guessing he's against this. And what I'm surprised is that he hasn't. His answer to all this is digital ID.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was just trying to push digital ID. Digital ID. He was just like, what will solve this? A digital ID that no one wants. How about that, guys? Digital ID no one wants.
That's his answer to everything.
That's his answer to fucking everything. These days is, do you know what will solve that? Having a digital ID. We don't fucking want a digital ID.
Nobody understands it. Nobody understands why they need to bring it in. I don't understand the argument for and against it, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not smart enough to kind of realise what the relevancy. I'm not bothering to educate myself why this might be needed, why it might not be needed. Because there's a guy I know who's quite smart. It's like, well, it is, but I also know like what this country's like. The government says anything, and a bunch of people go, "It's fucking 1984," right? Which is what they say. Like if they go like anything happens, and they're like, "Hey, could you guys separate the plastics and the bottles when you do recycling?" And they're like, "It's Orwellian. It's Orwellian." This and you go, "What?"
Yeah.
And then, but I don't really understand digital ID thing. But so this weekend, the Tel Aviv derby got cancelled because of the violence caused by these fans. So Keir Starmer's come out and gone, this is anti-Semitism. This is not what the country is about. And now, just everything this guy does, this weasel of a man, he just looks so fucking stupid.
So are the Tel Aviv fans allowed to go Aston?
I still don't know. They're still trying to work it out.
Why don't they just let no one go watch it?
Because why should the Villa fans not be able to watch the game?
Because everyone, no one gets to watch football ever.
That's your answer.
That's my answer.
That would cause so much.
Me for Prime Minister. Do you know what? I don't like that Starmer. If Starmer's going to get involved in football, he should do what we're all screaming for and get righty back.
Get righty back. I mean, Jamali had this bit, yeah. about like people just scream at Keir Starmer because some of the stuff he gets shit for is like he is a bad prime minister, but some of the stuff people yell at him about, and people are always asking him like, "No, the veterans, bring back hanging, get Righty back in the England team." It's like, I'm prime minister, I'm not in charge of England.
Yeah.
That's it. You're thinking of Thomas Tuchel, and they're like, "Why isn't Bellingham starting?" No, I'm the prime minister.
But the Tel Aviv fans.
When Tel Aviv fans cause ruckus because football violence.
Have they sorry to cut you off. Has there ever been a time in history where there's a derby happening and they've had to ban the away fans?
Yeah. So it was it happened a few years ago.
And how are they gonna tell? Sorry. Yeah. I've got too many questions. How are they also gonna tell who these fans are?
Who the Tel Aviv fans are?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I could have a guess. I can have a guess.
But you know what I mean?
They'll look more like me than they will you.
Yeah, but it's like
they're gonna,
fair enough.
yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Patreon. Patreon. But it's just like it is that thing of like I don't understand where they think they're gonna how they can even police that.
I think because
if I want to watch a team,
yeah,
I'd buy a ticket in the away. If I'm the home team, I'd buy an away ticket if I could still watch the game.
That happens, but.
And I'd wear my fucking colours.
Oh, you'd have your head kicked in immediately.
I'd wear my West Ham at fucking Millwall.
Oh my God.
I'll be doing this.
Rob, don't see you.
I don't support any team.
Millwall would see you walk in before you even unveil that shirt. The abuse you'd be getting. The abuse you'd be getting as you walk in there. What the fuck's he doing it? Because Millwall, I feel a bit bad for Millwall because Millwall, like, I have a lot of mates who support Millwall. And they're all sound, but they go like, the thing that ruins Millwall is people who come down and think they have to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
Because Millwall, and I say this, I couldn't ever tell you who Millwall's best player was. I couldn't tell you anything they won. All I can tell you is they're renowned for is like infamous, like the bushwhackers, the hooliganism. And they that's kind of a thing they like embraced and are quite proud of. But there's a lot of like absolutely sound Millwall fans. But then I think they get a lot of people who come down for like a game or two. And you see this at footy, people who come down and think it's like, hooligan central. Like I go watch Crystal Palace. We're not really renowned for any hooliganism ever. And you get people come down and they struggle. Oh, we're gonna fucking have it out, and you're like, man, we don't really.
I don't know. I'm in a weird position because I support both teams.
Yeah, you just want everyone to have a nice time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that's. I think that's going to be our next merch. It's going to be a football shirt and half of it's Millwall and half of it's West Ham, and it'll be like right down the middle.
Oh my God!
I think that would sell.
Yeah. Firstly, the accused copyright infringement would also the fact that we'd have to buy two, so we'd have to charge like 300 quid for the shirt to pay for the two that we cut down.
It says Millham. But listen, we put
a pride flag on it to unite them.
Yeah, we go. Bro, that's what football culture wants.
Bro, imagine you suggested on a Millwall shirt you put out, we're putting out our Pride Millwall shirt.
Yeah.
And on the back of it is a big rainbow.
You know the Millwall lion is holding a flag.
And it's shaved its mane but growing a beard. It's an Islamic line.
Yeah.
No, man, but like, because I go out, like, again, English people abroad, I go watch England. I've been to watch England away. And the problem with England fans, because England's like probably the most supported thing in England, it attracts everyone. When I was in Cologne, like sat by the cathedral for the Euros, beautiful day, I was with my dad, and we just sat at this bar, we're with all the England fans, just having a beer. And this guy was getting annoyed. They're doing table service. A guy we were with was hammered. Big guy. Was getting annoyed that the Turkish guy who worked there didn't speak English. He spoke German and Turkish. And he was like, mate, do you not fucking understand me? I'm ordering a bit. And you're like, of course he doesn't understand you. He's grown up in Cologne as like probably like the kid of a Turkish immigrant.
You're right. But he should.
He should, yeah. No, he should. He should.
Like it is a bit like I went Senegal.
Yeah.
No English. Come on.
They don't speak any.
I'm there.
Did we?
Let's do it. Let's talk. English is the language.
Yeah, no. All right, fair point. I thought we were going to take a completely different route on this bit, other than we should have colonised. We should have colonised Senegal as well.
Not colonised them, but now. Talk a bit of this.
What is Senegal like? Because my
busy.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of other countries. A lot of countries are really busy. They're just everyone's running. Everyone's doing something.
Yeah.
And I remember like a guy. There was the don't know actually.
No, go on.
I'll save that for the Patreon. There was a guy. There was a group of beggars.
Yeah.
And one of the beggars was like, and you have to learn that, like, the best, because I was saying I learned to say no thank you in the local language, and that doesn't work. Yeah, dede. It doesn't work.
Oh, right.
And you kind of have to just at some point ignore.
Yeah.
Once you've said no thank you, you have to. And they try and get your attention, and so they were like American, British, Arab, and then one guy at the back just went Chinese. He only knows five nations. And he just went Chinese.
I went,
but they were all and I remember I was with my
Vittorio.
I was with Vittorio.
Yeah, we'll call your partner Vittorio.
Vittorio.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is there was a lot of dwarves. Right? There was a lot of dwarves for some reason. And I said, I don't want to, like, but it's enough that it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're being yourself. Stop being like that. Oh, okay. And we drove around the corner and there was like 50.
That's enough to think something's up.
There was like 50. And then even my girl was like, no, you got a fair point.
Oh my God, it's like you've gone into like an African munchkin realm. like you've gone into the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was just, but it's beautiful, great country, good food, good people. But you know what? I didn't understand because it was French, so I didn't speak French, so I don't really understand much.
Yeah, my dad speaks French, so anytime he gets the chance.
I've seen. Yeah. Your dad told me.
Yeah, my dad, because Vittorio, your partner, speaks French.
Yeah.
So anytime my dad has a chance to run French because he's fluent in it, to be fair to him, like he's bilingual, like he goes out there and speaks it to people.
Yeah.
Knows how to do it, like, so he spends all his time doing French lessons. But any opportunity he gets to speak it, like he does. But there's a thing, like he was telling me, if you go abroad, people want to practice English against you, apart from this lad in a bar, even though he's serving English people. 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup, and don't even learn the language. But he's like, when you're abroad, people find out you're English and they want to speak English to you. So you end up in this weird thing because they want to practice their English. So they're speaking to you in English. You're then replying in French. So it comes like this weird conversation. Apparently that happens to people when they go to Japan a lot. Like if you're learning Japanese, they'll see your West want to speak like English to you, and then
I'm happy to speak English.
Yeah, well, I'd love to know Japanese. I ain't ever gonna bother.
No, there's certain things in life I ain't doing.
Yeah,
learn Japanese.
That's so low down on my list. I can't even drive. If I learn Japanese, if I learn Japanese before I could drive, like that is ridiculous.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
Your priorities are so fucked.
So fucked up.
For a man who needs to travel the country for his job.
I've lost out on tens of thousands of pounds 100%. Of work because I can't drive. But I could do one gig to like 8 people in London in Japanese.
How long we run? Just come to an hour. Fuck yeah. I think that's part of it. But what we should talk about is the future plans.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this once a week.
Once a week comes out. Are we putting this out tomorrow?
I don't know.
Yeah, put it out on Tuesdays.
We're going to put it out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursday. Yeah. We're going to figure it out.
Well done on Tuesday. Yeah. Well done on mate holding this business meeting at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. But man. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do a couple of episodes first, and we're gonna start the page. We're gonna do some video content.
Oh, sick, bro. We should do.
We're gonna do some chat. I think me, Elliot, we're gonna go Benidorm.
Yeah, but we should.
I think we should do that. We should film that.
Go Benidorm.
We should go Benidorm and film that.
Benidorm.
We should do a gig in Benidorm.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I'll talk about this if we record another episode. There's a comic I want to see out there.
Yeah. And but yeah, I think that's the end of the pod. It's been
subscribe,
like, rate, give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars.
Or don't give us a passive aggressive 3. 5 or nothing. Don't nothing. Or don't give us any stars. A 4-star will hurt our feelings more than a 5. And yeah, man, tune in. It's the Elliot and Jamali Breakfast Show.
Elliot and Jamali Breakfast Show.
And yeah, thanks for listening.